Hi, my name is Christine Moon. I'm co-founder of Bluespace.ai. We're based in Silicon Valley, and what we do is we enable autonomous vehicle commercialization for mass transit, which is relevant for smart cities today. We were successful in raising 3.5 million in seed funding from global investors. And what this really reflects is the desire to see AV, autonomous vehicle technology, incorporated into building cities of the future and the future of mobility. We are a team of industry veterans who are successful in exiting, selling to Apple, or to have a real passenger carrying service on public roads. And this collective wisdom really got us to thinking about, when can we get to true driverless? How soon, how safe, and at what cost? So next few slides, I'll talk about the safety aspect and what Bluespace is doing to address sort of what's holding back the industry today. To date, the safety has been herky-jerky. Either it's dialed up too much so that it's braking constantly and throwing passengers out of their seats, not good, or it's been dialed down so that it's reckless. It's almost accident prone, as we saw in the fatality incident in Tempe, Arizona 2 years ago. And prediction, which is how the device, how the car will drive itself, is based on training data that can either easily skew such that the classification can be wrong or could be outdated. HD map cannot reflect constantly in real time the changes that's happening. So what we're trying to address through Bluespace's AV Safety Guard is that we're providing instantaneous perception and measured prediction. What that means is that with Bluespace's technology, we spend fraction of time and fraction of the cost to get to true driverless. And that also means from the maintenance side of things, it is a fraction of the cost as well. And that really helps us to get to our patented technology of dynamic perception and prediction that works everywhere. And that means we can be launching in smart cities like Songdo in South Korea, and we can also launch in Dubai, as well as we're doing here in California. And we see this happening faster on the enterprise side of things, mass transit for one, and then logistics, and then the personal ownership of these vehicles will come later. And as we think about building cities of the future that's breathable, that's walkable, we're not envisioning a picture like the one on the right, where these lanes are congested and littered with single occupancy vehicles causing a lot of traffic and congestion. What we're doing is really right-sizing and thinking about high-capacity vehicles that run more frequently, enabled by these autonomous vehicle technology, so that we could get to our destination faster, safer, and in a reliable way. And not only is the industry suffering from lack of drivers, such that AV is really needed, I think it's a really effective and cost-effective solution to really expensive infrastructure costs as well. We're launching in many cities throughout North America as well as overseas, and we welcome those of you in the audience who like smart cities and corporate partners and investors who want to build the future together. Thank you.
Thanks, Christine, for sharing the story. So now we have about 1 minute for a quick Q&A. And in the meantime, we are also running a poll to see if anyone wants to have a further discussion with Christine. Feel free to vote in the poll if you're interested. And so on my end, I have got one question for you, Christine. So it'd be highly appreciated if you can offer some insights. So since you mentioned that you have been doing some pilot projects in different cities, could you share a little bit more about what exactly are you looking for from those different stakeholders, for example, from corporate partners and from the local governments? What do you want to get from them? You're on mute.
Right. From the government side, I think it's really about clearing the regulatory hurdles, being the advocate to the community that we service, and being able to engage the key stakeholders. For example, first responders, how will they react when we call 911 and they would have to respond to a call from autonomous vehicle? And secondly, from private sectors, in the case of South Korea, it's not only the deployment site, the smart city of Songdo, but there are other private entities that also want to be part of this smart city or future of mobility dialogue, such as the telecom operators. They're rolling out 5G network and they want there to be usage case, just like in the US, Verizon's been pushing that pretty hard. And I think the idea here is that, hey, there's a whole ecosystem that can benefit, whether it's the real estate developers or different entities or LG as one of the appliances providers and many others who can benefit and help to move and accelerate the dialogue around building the cities of the future together.
Awesome. Thanks, Christine, for the answer. So next,